Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, Issue 7. Now Vader has been put in charge of the Inquisitorius, a group of former Jedi fallen to the dark side. Their mission? Continue what Vader began and wipe out the remaining Jedi who have thus far evaded capture. The issue opens on Vader attacking and cutting off the arm of an Inquisitor. He sees this as a lesson in loss, as he says. The Grand Inquisitor thinks this is a little too harsh, a little too strong-armed of a lesson. Vader says the Inquisitorius are not yet ready for their Jedi hunting mission. He says that they still fight like Jedi, their tactics of preserving life, their definition of victory. He believes it's all wrong. I love Vader's perspective here. As Kylo would say, no quarter, no prisoners. His goal is to completely slash and burn any and all evidence of the Jedi ever existing. Vader has learned from the Jedi tactics as to combat them, using their perceived weakness to his advantage, knowing how they fight, predicting their moves, and knowing how to dispatch them. The Grand Inquisitor is no longer in charge of the Inquisitorius, as we know. Vader is now in command of them. The Grand Inquisitor seems to be reasonable, at least in this instance. He seems like a reasonable dude. Vader is arrogant. Understandably so, his powers seem to be unmatched. He seems to believe himself to be of superior importance above all else. This version of Vader is not an older and wiser version. This is Vader with a little bit of young cockiness and overconfidence in him. He finds the Inquisitors to be pathetic, as he says. He believes in change, and he's gonna force that change, it seems. There's a Jedi Hit List, and the name that has been given #1 priority by the Empire is Jocasta Nu. Jocasta Nu was the Jedi Archive's chief librarian. We saw her in Attack of the Clones. The Grand Inquisitor wonders why she is at the top of the target list. After all, he's never seen her fight. Vader says not to question the Emperor's decision. My guess is that Jocasta's knowledge, her deep understanding of the Jedi's past, what she knows, is why she's priority #1. After all, ideas and knowledge can be passed down, can be taught and learned, and can be dangerous. It's always been said that people can die or even be killed, but ideas live on forever. But if one of the people with the knowledge is eliminated, that will deal a great blow to the Jedi. We cut to Jocasta recording her thoughts into a holocron. She says these are her final words. She's been recording messages in a number of holocrons for a long period of time, it seems, and she has many more to complete. She's trying to record all of her knowledge in these devices, as to preserve the legacy of the Jedi when she's gone. I love this concept. It's not brute strength, it's not combat, it's knowledge. It's the desire to pass what you have learned to the next generation, or the far future, whoever may find it. And the knowledge that she possesses has two faces. On one hand, it's incredibly important for the Jedi, and on the other hand, it's incredibly important for the Empire. It's dangerous to the Empire. So it must be protected and ensured to get into the right hands. I'm curious if she'll accomplish what she's tasked herself to do, if this will have a rosy ending, but a part of me wants this shit to get real dark, real fast, and have Vader and his band of Inquisitors swoop down and destroy it all, with a glimmer of hope being shattered. The Grand Inquisitor hates Jocasta Nu. He believes she held back knowledge and only taught those she deemed worthy. The Grand Inquisitor is bitter. He resents her and her teachings. He resents the selection process that he perceived her having. I love seeing this side of things, the back and forth cuts between the Inquisitor and Jocasta Nu. I picture it on film and it would work really well in film. Two ways of looking at something, the Force, same power, same ability, same knowledge, with vastly different interpretations. The Grand Inquisitor is bitter, resentful, and is holding a grudge, which is an incredibly dangerous combination. He literally says he can't wait to kill her, that's what he says, which is kind of a silly line of dialogue in my opinion. I just think it's a little too on the nose. Yeah, we know that's your mission. Mr. Bad Guy is a bad guy because he wants to kill good librarian because he said he wants to kill good librarian. We know that's the goal. Everyone knows that's the goal. So, Vader tells the Grand Inquisitor to search the Jedi archives for any clues that might point to where the remaining Jedi are hiding. Jocasta Nu's hiding spot is behind a waterfall. And if I won the lottery, if I had $1 billion, I would build a home inside of a goddamn waterfall. Jocasta tells Gar, the guy who's helping her survive in here, I guess, that she didn't build an archive, she's building a school, and the school needs students. Whenever there's a secret lair like this, or some hidden place, a bat cave, or a fortress of solitude, I love it. I think it stirs the childhood treehouse fantasy in me, or maybe all of us. We all have that kind of childhood treehouse fantasy. Having a hidden place to go and hang out with your friends, just for kids, shooting the shit like in Stand By Me. We cut between the Emperor and Vader and Jocasta Nu as the Emperor gives a monologue about Jocasta, about how her knowledge could destroy everything they've worked towards, about how the Jedi took everything, all the important spots in the galaxy for their own, believing it to be their right. This is definitely an interesting way of looking at it. The Emperor did not tell the Inquisitors about Jocasta's importance. They didn't tell them why she's important. They're kind of being duped. The Inquisitors are powerful, but they're not being told everything. The secrets, the plans, the information stays at the tip top of the spear, while the pawns get moved around the chessboard. The issue ends with the Emperor telling Vader to save Jocasta Nu's life. He wants her in custody, it seems. He wants to use her knowledge. I thought this issue was great. I'm usually not one for minor characters constantly being brought back into new stories. I'd rather have new characters. You guys know me, that is priority number one for me in all the future Star Wars. But Jocasta is interesting. It's an interesting character to bring back, someone small, because this isn't a big bold Jedi who is super duper awesome at swinging super fast lightsabers. Jocasta is a librarian, someone with knowledge that could cripple the new regime, someone with hope, someone with a plan. The idea of them pursuing someone because of what they know, rather than the physical danger that they present, is incredibly interesting to me, and I'm excited to see where it leads. On to the next issue. HelloGreedo, out.